2020 Texas Gladiators. This is Severin Films release that I'm going to talk about today. We're going to go through it in a lot more details. I'm just showing you the cover here. I really love this movie. We're going to talk about the movie, but first we're going to talk about the release itself before we get into the details of the movie. So let's take a closer look here. This is the cover. And it is a slip cover. This is the slip cover, the front of the slip cover. Now it actually has this here, the text. You can feel it. It's got the bumpy, not embossed, but whatever the other thing is. So you can feel it. So that's really neat. There's the side, which also has texture here. So that's really cool. And I like this. I really like this cover. You can see it's got your sort of like mishmash of stuff that looks a little bit like the rollerball. The rollerball. This actually is the rollerball poster, mix of different things. Severin Films logo there. Now I purchased this myself. This was not given to me by them. So this is a 4K, 3-disc. This is the back. Awesome back. This back is great. A guilty pleasure. Yes, I agree with that. These guys are awesome. All right, so that's your slipcover. A lot of the times, slipcovers, you can take them or leave them. I'm going to say take it. I definitely enjoy the art on this slipcover, so I would definitely highly recommend. If you're grabbing this off Severin, make sure you grab the slipcover version. Here's your cover. There is a reversible cover, which I'll show you at the end. I decided to reverse the cover at the very end. I wasn't going to, but then I did. This is your normal poster that you would have seen for this movie. There's the side, same thing, continues on. There's the back. So you got special features. Disc 1 is the Ultra HD. That's your 4K. Disc 2 is a Blu-ray. You got Shoot Me, the real story of the Italian Texas Gladiators. Archival interviews with the director Joe D'Amato, assistant director Michele Soavi. I don't know how to. Hopefully, I'm not butchering these names. And screenwriter Luigi Montefiore. And actor Al Clobberin. I don't know how to say his name exactly. He's great. And you also have another feature with Greta. This is Greta with actress Greta, who's in a lot of who's in a lot of these kinds of movies. And the third disc is the soundtrack. Right there, that means that this is a must-buy. This entire package is awesome. So I'll tell you, you should. Oh, if you like this movie, you should buy this 100%. You should also buy it because Sabrina Ciani is in it. So there you go. All right. So this is the reversible cover that I used. There you go. You can see. And this poster, even though this is the poster everybody knows, this doesn't really. It kind of represents what's going on, sort of. But this one is actually a better representation of what's going on. Although I believe this is supposed to be Sabrina. This guy's actually a villain, so they shouldn't really be together. This guy's one of the gladiators who goes bad. Let me turn that around there. This is the inside. You get a postcard, and this is really nice art here. So this is inside. This is actually inside the disc. And then this is the soundtrack listing. So this is the back of this card that you get. And this is the soundtrack listing, bonus tracks, blah, blah, blah. So great, all great stuff. I got some nice pictures there. There's the girl that's on the back. That is not Sabrina. All right. It's a 3-disc, so it's a flip. So 2 discs are located here on the back of each other. The card was inserted here. This is your CD. So that's what it looks like there. There's CD1. There's the 4K. So that's the image of the 4K. That's the picture that they use for the 4K. The Blu-ray, this is the Blu-ray picture. The secondary art. That's your CD soundtrack right there. Awesome. Got all 3 discs, all 3 pieces of art. Here's your title screen. The title screen for the 4K and the title screen for the Blu-ray are exactly the same, except for the bonus features are on the Blu-ray. And there's your title. We got your play, your chapters, your setup. Your setup, you can do your English, you can do your audio for English or Italian, and you got your subtitles. And you could do English for Italian audio. That's what you would want versus the other one. Okay, so that's that. Here's the bonus menu. Two things. The trailer, it's about just under 3 minutes. It's just shots of the movie. It's not really anything crazy. Shoot Me, the Real Story of the Italian Texas Gladiators. So that's the interviews. And then Greta, there's Michelle, who's the assistant director. So it cuts between him talking, giving some stories here. Here's a director. Actually, so you've got it goes from this to the producer to the actor. So it's about I think it's just over around 17 minutes, something like that, talking to each of them. And then you've got Gladiator Geretta. So that's her interview, and this is her interview. So the entire thing is basically this shot. Her interview is pretty good. She goes through how she kind of got into the movies and all that. So that's really cool. 2020 Texas Gladiators. That's the trailer. Nothing much there. So talking about the movie, here's some still shots. This is from the movie database. Just some pictures. There's Sabrina, a couple of the gladiators. Now they're referred to as Rangers. This is the villain. So this guy was a Ranger, and he has become a villain now. There's our lead, sort of, which I'll explain a little bit. No spoilers on this thing. And you can see they team up with some natives here at this point as well. So there you go. All right, so let's talk about this one. And I want to use I am going to use my space system to talk about the actual movie itself. Now, I use my system to grade these movies, and I'm using it. I'm grading on a curve here, right? Like, this is an Italian sort of maxploitation, kind of rip off, whatever. Not exactly, but it's these kinds of movies. They have their place, and I'm a big fan of them. So this is actually going to get a very high score, and it's based on how fun it is to watch. Get your buddies together, do like a watch party. You put this together with a few other ones, possibly maybe Endgame, maybe Warriors of the Wasteland, or / New Barbarians, whatever. And there's also Warriors from 2072. So you can this is like a great triple feature day. You get a bunch of popcorn or chips, dip, nachos, pizza, beer, and have a fun time watching these movies. That's how I grade these. Certainly, I'm not comparing this to a Mad Max film, right? So keep that in mind while I'm doing my rating system here. The storyline for this, I'm going to give a 1.5 out of 2. 2 is the best you can get. Giving a 1.5, I actually really liked this story. So basically, it is the future, and these Rangers, there's 5 guys going around kind of helping people out, though they are late to the game in the very beginning when this sort of mutant gang, I don't know if they're disease mutants, whatever they are, attack this sort of monastery. And of course, there's attempted rapes and all of this stuff. This is the kind of thing that you're going to expect when you see these movies. The Gladiators / Rangers, they're called Rangers. They show up and kill everybody, all the bad guys. And then they come across Sabrina Ciani, who is sort of trying to get back. And one of the Rangers, who ends up turning bad, tries to assault her, and they stop him. So your main gladiator guy with the beard, he stops it, and then she takes a liking to him, and she says, "Why don't you come with me? There's a place I know where they're building energy and storing it, and they've got factory going and an energy plant going." So you flash forward a bit, and he's with her now, and she has a child with him, and he's working at this factory. And then you find out that his former ranger, the one who was exiled for trying to assault Sabrina, he comes back with his biker gang, and they want to take over the factory. Turns out they're working for this sort of neo-Nazi character who's trying to rebuild the world. Now his guys, they're the guys with the shields that you saw on the back slipcover. they have energy protection. So if you shoot them, they actually have energy shields that block their shots. So it's pretty neat. There's some twists and turns. Characters die that I didn't expect to die. Characters live that I didn't expect to live. Pretty damn good. Like some good shootouts and some good action. Yeah, I liked the story. I thought it was pretty damn good. Again, we're grading this based on that it's a Maxploitation movie. The pacing is a 1.5. It is only 90 minutes plus change. It feels slightly long in certain scenes only because some shots go on a little longer than they really need to. Otherwise, though, it's pretty fast. First 25 minutes is a banger, like right away. A little bit in the middle, gets a little bit draggy with certain scenes, not the overall film. Like there's a part when the neo-Nazi guy is doing the speech and it feels like, okay, what are you saying here? Like get on, kind of get on with it. They probably could have shaved off 5 minutes, right? But 1.5 out of 2, I did not get bored. I thought it was great. For the artistry, I'm going to give it a 1.5. I'm not counting Sabrina as part of the artistry. I'm counting her as the characters. This movie looked pretty good. There were some great little explosions. Some of the parts where the guys were getting killed, like they don't actually have squibs or anything, so it's people just get shot and go like ah. And sometimes it actually works out really well. And they do a lot of cool tricks where someone will like throw something at someone and hit them in the head, and then they turn to the camera and you can see that you can tell that okay, they already had it in their head. But it actually works most of the time. Most of the effects work pretty good. Most of the action works pretty good. A couple of times you're like, that looks a bit cheap. But surprisingly nice. The Severin films, this is the 4K I'm watching. Obviously, it's cleaned up. This is the best it's ever going to look. So if you want this movie, this is the one to grab. The characters, I'm going to give it a 2. I loved all of the Rangers. They were all unique, which was really cool. It wasn't just like, 5 Italian guys or whatever. They looked interesting. There's like kind of an Asian kind of a guy who does like, cool martial arts and weapons and stuff. And you've got like your bearded guy. You've got your kind of guy that looks a little bit like a Rambo. He almost looks like a bit of a Stallone in that first Rambo picture. He's great. Of course, Sabrina's my super favorite. She's the best in every movie. So she's a great character. She's actually a very good character in this. She's a mom. She's trying to protect her daughter. They didn't use her just for her beauty. They actually used her as a character. So that was good. I really enjoyed all the characters, and yeah, the Rangers themselves were great. The villains were absolutely despicable, like pieces of garbage. And there was actually other villain characters. There was little minor villains throughout the story that the Rangers would encounter. But the villain could have been stronger in the sense of he could have been doing more, but really it was that exiled Ranger or Gladiator who was really sort of, your main guy. But there's a guy with a patch who does some evil stuff and gets they get revenge on him. There's this really big, huge, hairy guy who's just a total scumbag. He gets his at the end too. Coretta basically is just your black female character. She doesn't have any dialogue or anything, so she's sort of just there to be there. They have an interview with her because she's very cool to talk to, and she's been in a lot of these movies and she knows what she's talking about, so that's why they have her in this special features here. I'd love to get some kind of footage or interview with Sabrina, but I just don't see that happening. She seems to have fallen off the face of the earth. Can't find any contact info at all for her. But I love the characters in this one, and that's going to lead into the enjoyment factor of a 2. I thought this was great. I had a smile on my face the whole movie. When it was over, I was excited. I was so happy I purchased it. Turns out I had actually never seen this movie. The problem with a lot of these movies with your post-apocalyptic stuff, even with your cheesy sci-fi, your Star Wars, your Star Wars ripoffs, your Maxploitations, they have many titles. And then depending on how it's translated, Warriors of the Wasteland, New Barbarians. I don't even know. I just bought the Warriors of 2072, and that's got Fred Williamson as well. And I'm not even sure if that is also New Barbarians. There's just these titles get really mixed up. And I thought I had seen this one. I definitely recognized that cover. Come to find out about 10 minutes in, I thought, I don't remember this at all. I'm like, I don't think I've seen this. and I never saw it, so this was my first time watching it. I'm so happy I have this. It's great. So this is definitely highly recommended. 8.5 out of 10 for the movie. For the release of the 4K, they did the best they can. The features are pretty good. I wish there would have been a few more, but I understand that they gave you what they could. Giving you the soundtrack was an added bonus. So for the release on its own, I'll probably give it like maybe maybe an 8.5 out of 10 for the release. So 8.5 out of 10 for the movie, the actual film, if you like these kinds of movies, and for the release, an 8.5 out of 10, maybe even a 9 out of 10. It's definitely recommended. You're not going to get this anywhere else, so you may as well just get it if you want it. Get it from Severin. It's available now. This is not a paid review. I bought this with my own money. I reviewed it out of the love for the movie and the release. I have no affiliation with Severin, so it's not a promo or anything. I'm just telling you, it was awesome. That is it, everybody. If you like my channel, please remember to hit the like button. Consider subscribing. Let me know about this type of review. Normally, I just review the movie and move on. This showing you the discs and stuff, let me know if you like that or not, because I'm not sure if a lot of people are doing it this way, but let me know. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Until next.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.